Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Lance and today I'm going to be going over the top 10 biggest mistakes I see people make in PvP. If you enjoy or learn something new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and let's get right into the video. The number one biggest mistake I see people making in PvP is not aiming for the head, and more importantly, knowing where to aim to actually hit the headshot multiplier. Because of how small you can make your characters, the headshot hitbox isn't where you think it is. Here's a quick example to show exactly how high you have to aim to get a headshot. As you see, you gotta aim far above the character to actually get a headshot on. Headshots do a tremendous amount of damage relative to hitting them in the body. So for that reason, you always want to try to keep your crosshair at about headshot level. Doing this on controller is extremely beneficial because it's a lot harder to aim and all you have to do is time your arrows correctly. Number 2 on the list is going to be not practicing in arena. Arena PvP is a great way to improve your aim, mechanics, and movement when fighting someone. In Arc, there's a lot of PvE to do, so a lot of people don't have time actually spent fighting someone. Arena is definitely the most efficient way to practice. The third biggest mistake I see people making in PvP is not giving themselves the advantage. There's a lot of things you can do to give yourself the upper hand, like using C4 traps or even using bear traps. You should always try minimizing the odds of you dying and increasing the odds that your opponents can be an easy kill. Another simple way of doing this is to just have more numbers than your opponent. If you guys are all focusing the same person and working together, when one person gets low, the other person can go in and do DPS. If you guys are all working together, giving good comms, you should be able to kill them relatively easy, and if one of us happens to die, there's plenty of us there to be able to save the kit. The fourth biggest mistake I see people doing in PvP is not putting their hotbar the exact same every single time. You shouldn't have to look at your hotbar to know where an item is. The more you keep them in the same spot, the better you'll build muscle memory and the quicker you'll be able to pull them out. This is really important when you're in grapple PvP because if you get grappled into turrets, you want to be able to pull out your hatchet and cut the line quickly. Number 5 on the list for the top 10 biggest mistakes people make is not running beer. Beer can be a lifesaver in a multitude of different situations, especially with the release of Scorched Earth. Nowadays everyone's running flamethrowers and the only real way to counter it is to run low HP with a beer effect. Something you should also always run with beer is keeping antidotes on you. When you pop an antidote and a beer at the same time, the antidote lasts longer than the beer effect, so it saves you from getting the 1 minute hangover after the beer effect runs out. This will also help you keep any soup effects you may have had and regenerate stam quicker. Number 6 on the list is going to be not bringing the right gear for PvP. Narc nades are something that I always see people using and there are very simple counters to them. You can either bring stimulant or you can bring a gas mask, but they are very important in most types of PvP. Gas masks are extremely cheap to make and light to carry, so I always carry them on me no matter what, especially with the release of poison wyverns. And of course, if you're underwater, you should always carry flippers on you because they make you swim way faster, and I always tend to keep a few pairs just in case my first one breaks. Number 7 on the list is a mistake that I tend to make sometimes, and that's not pre-popping med brews before I get into a fight. The reason why you want to pop 1 or 2 med brews before you start fighting someone is because if you get hit by something, it'll automatically start healing you up. For number 8 on today's list, it's going to be staying calm in PvP. Some people let their adrenaline and nerves not allow them to make good decisions during PvP. At the end of the day, all you have to remember is it's pixels and numbers on a screen and just try to have fun while you're doing it. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll be in intense situations, and if you focus more on having fun than losing your kit, it should help you stay calm. Number 9 on the list, I wanted to talk about how important using soups are in ASA, especially with the nerf of movement. Now if you run focals, you're able to run away or chase people down a lot more efficiently. This can give you a huge upper hand in different scenarios. And finally, number 10 on the list is a mistake that I see people do on every single fob. And that mistake is picking your own teammates during PvP. I can't even count how many times I've died to my own allies picking me when I'm going in for an enemy. And it's literally one of the most easiest things to counter. All you have to do is call out what team you're going for before you pick it. And if your tribe mates have higher than 10 IQ, this should never be a problem again. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed or learned something new. Make sure to share this with a friend that makes these mistakes, and I'll see you in the next one.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap into the bloody bottles on the knee. Cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember